Hello to my Aries. All right, Aries, let's get right into it. Let's get into it, Aries. We are steps away from the full moon. We are officially in the first quarter moon phase of this cycle that we're in. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you, okay? If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. The moon is moving into Virgo. Hopefully you all are setting your intentions, being gentle with yourselves, because this could have been a quite eventful weekend for a lot of people. So if you all noticed that some of your colleagues were seeming like a lot more sensitive than usual, if you noticed it, or you may have been feeling super sensitive because of this past weekend, please don't forget to there's things you can do, pulling your birth chart, finding out what your moon sign is, and like how to pour into yourselves. Think about the quality of relationships and friendships that you're around, like listening to your intuition. There's things you can do to make sure that you feel nurtured and protected and secure, with the relationships that you're around, so that you're not staying in spaces where people are like energy vampires, where people are just draining you. A word, thought, or deed. You don't want people, every time you think about certain people, you just get drained, So let's get into it. Let's get right into it. I'm talking to you wherever Aries is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign. I'm talking to you even if Aries is your Chiron, right? Chiron. I do have a link for birth charts in the description, and also a link for Chiron in the description. Knowledge is power. Empower yourself with knowledge. That way, you're not allowed. You can create very firm boundaries and enforce those boundaries in love, right? Like I said, I'll give you the questions for the moon in Virgo. Here's the Hangman. Here we also have the Two of Swords. Here we have the Death card. Here we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups, and we also have the Hierophant card. Here we have the Hangman. So some things may feel like they're suspended in time right now. There's two situations in particular. So you have the Two of Swords, where your head and heart may have been at war with each other, and about two types of situations. But source is saying consider taking the blindfolds off, because when you got on blindfolds and you refuse to see the benefit of this rebirth that you're going through, you also miss out on this metamorphosis, like seeing yourself going through like this very powerful transformation, right, of just letting go of very unhealthy and wounded relationships, with people, places, and things. So somebody could, is like letting go of like just the material part of things, and just knowing that everything is energy. So, releasing just like, things that like physical things that's holding that energy of just those memories of things that you feel like are just very toxic. Every time you think about that sweater, that pair of shoes, or those earrings, or that tie, or that hat somebody may have bought you, or that like sometimes people give like birthday cards, or a book that somebody may have given you. Those things, all of that carries energy, right? And holding on to those things. That's why some people can't figure out for the life of them, like, why can't I stop thinking about certain people, places, and things, right? Even like when you like certain memories you may have had at like certain jobs, you may still have some of the materials from previous jobs, and you just can't figure out for the life of you, why am I still holding on to that energy from previous jobs? Like, why am I bringing that energy from one job, even though I'm celebrating this new job that I'm in? Why can't I let all of this go? Because you could still have some of the material from that old job. You brought all that energy into a new job, and you really can't celebrate that new phase of your life. So Source wants you to take the blindfolds off. Eight of Cups, and move on from something that could have been disappointing for you. Here we also have the Ten of Cups here. And so it's time for you to start getting around some new types of energies, flushing all of that out. And so Ten of Cups is just really just like where people are pouring into you, just like you're pouring into them. It's just a different type of energy that I see you around, and so you'll start to recognize that even holding on to physical things, material things, carry its own energy. Yeah. Some people may be holding on to, how sometimes, people may be still holding on to jewelry that somebody gave you, like, oh, this is of some value. but you're still holding on to that energy, that energy, that ring, that covenant, that that promise ring, that necklace, that whatever that somebody may have given you. So all of that plays a role in you not being able to move on from certain things, pictures, all of those things, right? So let's see what else we got going on here. So I do see somebody saying, let me take the blindfolds off so I can really start this process of going through this rebirth, and because this is fixed energy and this is also fixed energy too. So here we also have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and also the Knight of Cups. And that's where the strategy is going to come in. That's where the strategy is going to come in. This is like somebody's learning how to strategize and like, okay, I need to wake up from a nightmare. And how do I wake up from the nightmare? I wake up from the nightmare about putting together some kind of strategy of like learning how to move on from something. Like I need to release something that I may have been holding on to. Like y'all know what I'm saying, Aries. Sometimes people leave your house and you feel like that energy is still there. You feel like you need to open up the windows and let some fresh air in and release all of that stuff. Just like when you need to vacuum your home and dust off things and do some cleanup and all that stuff. You just feel like your house feels fresher and cleaner. When you cleaned up those things, it's the same thing. It's the same concept. So I do see somebody sitting on their throne, carefully vetting their thoughts. Moving on. Now you're planting some new seeds. This is a new you, right? That you're growing now. Somebody could be relocating. Somebody's just been working really, really hard, to and then getting back to work. This is how you're going to save yourself. This is the Knight of Cups, right? And then and get ready for some new partnerships trying to come in, right? That's how you're going to save yourself. It's starting to recognize there's something material you're still holding on to. Something material you're still holding on to. That's why somebody's head and heart are still at war with each other. So check around, look through, your drawers and your closets, and look through. I don't know if people still have photo albums or not. I could be dating myself, but check and see if you still have things that still connect you, with sword fights, sword wounds that make you feel powerless, to some degree. When we're talking about when we talking about air, we're talking about that cause you to still talk about certain things, that cause you to still, that just doesn't make logical sense as to why am I still talking about this, are other people still bringing up stuff? Are other people bringing stuff around you that's constantly, are they holding on to something and forcing you to almost keep bringing some things up? So, yeah, let's see what else we got going on. So Source is saying hang in there with yourself. It could be, like I said, two types of situations for you that could feel like it's just been a nightmare for you when you think about those two types of situations that you've been trying to move on, from. If somebody could feel stuck. Somebody could absolutely feel stuck. And I do see you moving on from it. Here we have Hierophant again. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and then also the Four of Cups. So Hierophant again. Something of some kind of material, something material, like something tangible, something material that somebody feels like, that somebody's been hanging on to. And maybe that was something that was passed down from your loved ones. It's just like hanging on to stuff. Maybe this has this, the words that's coming to me is like having a scarcity mindset. I got to hoard stuff. I got to hold on, to something of value, but not realizing that it also carries some kind of energy as well, right? And so here we have Six of Pentacles, maybe looking for some kind of acceptance or some kind of an approval of something. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles, but it's also you have an ancestor on the other side that's saying to you, see this gray area right here. When we think about dogs, we think about protection, we think about loyalty and those kind of things, right? And you see black and white here, and then right here in between, you have an ancestor that's saying, as far as loyalty and feeling protected and things, as far as family is concerned, Your idea of feeling loyal and protection for as far as family is concerned could be significantly different than other people's, right? So let's say you were married to somebody, or they were married to you, or maybe your kids. So like this little baby right here, maybe kids may have seen like their idea of marriage and protection and loyalty could be significantly different from yours, and you could be holding on like just kind of sort of, because this is a fixed sign and this is a fixed sign. You could be fixated on some kind of idea which could cause you to be grieving, almost like, what, it's just hard to move past this kind of idea of with loyalty to family, and just kind of be fixated. Like I said, these are fixed signs of just holding on to certain things when all of everything is energy, right? You know what I mean? Looking for acceptance and approval and all of this from family, or, a family, the other side of the family, or some kind of work family, or religious family, or some kind of, and so source is saying, but I see you planting some new seeds. You and somebody, are learning how to plant some new seeds. And sometimes what that looks like is somebody could have some kind of new partnership, coming into your life. Right here we have the Ace of Pentacles here, where I feel like you and somebody, here we have 6 and 6 right here, coming into your life, and you all are learning how to land on the light side of the number 8. This is part of the rebirth that I'm seeing for you, right? And so instead of spending so much time / money, we're talking about pentacles, and just kind of an unhealthy way of thinking, just like staying connected to unhealthy, toxic ways of thinking about things. We're talking about the number 8 again here. We're talking about the number 8 here. We're talking about feminine energy, toxic ways of thinking, and just kind of sort of sitting around waiting, for something else to happen. Source is saying to you, here we have the 5 of swords. Every time you look back at the past and keep replaying it, it actually makes you come across as hostile. Like, it looks like, see how, you look at this, that other people have moved on with their lives, but it makes you look like you're the one that come across as like you're the one that's coming across as like, okay, what is keeping Aries hanging on to something? What happened? Like what's going on? Like what's going on? Like what really happened? Like what's, and so source is saying to you, I'm sending something across your path, something having to do with, first of all, I see you sitting on your throne. That's first and foremost, carefully vetting your own thoughts, right? And starting to just look at looking at the time that you may have invested or spent on something, right? And I do see, a new financial or a new career opportunity or new manifestation of money coming through, a new abundance coming through. Some kind of something that's going to, like a new project or something coming through that's going to keep you busy making some money, so that it doesn't come across as obsessing over some things in the past, something that happened over the past, right? Giving you an opportunity to end something like this death, so that you can go through a rebirth, process, right? When it comes to two types of situations. So congratulations to you for that, because I feel like somebody, has spent a great deal of time, because when we talk about air energy, we're talking about your heart, where your head and heart may be at war with each other. You're trying to understand your point of view and somebody else's point of view, but your ancestors are coming through saying your feelings are valid, other people's feelings are valid, and so it will be like, if you can look at it this way, 4 and 4 is 8, but so is 3 and 5. So is 5 and 3. So is 2 and 6. I mean, whatever. It's various ways of coming to that, the answer. But source is saying you can agree to disagree without coming across as disagree, so everybody can go on and move on and go through their rebirth, and however they're going on with their rebirth. And so that's what somebody's ancestors coming through. So be very, after the dust has settled, just like how to nurture yourself, this over this past weekend and looking at everything, when that moon moves into Virgo. Here we have you desire teamwork and they desire teamwork as well. But your definition of teamwork could be different than theirs definition of teamwork. Sources saying to you, you desire teamwork in your personal and your professional life. Everything is lining up the way it's supposed to line up for you, just like everything is lining up the way it's supposed to line up for them. Sources saying, but something is over for good. Here's the Sun card. Yeah, it's over. Here we also have the Hermit card. Yeah. So the Hermit card, like this connects us to Virgo. Virgo, the moon is currently either, when you watch this video, it may either be getting ready to move into Virgo or maybe already in Virgo. This is when the dust settles, whirlwind of activities from the past weekend and all of that of just like, that moon being in Cancer, Cancer being ruled by the moon is the mother of the zodiac. When you said, okay, did I feel nurtured, protected, secure? Did I feel appreciated when that moon moved into Leo? Now it moves into Virgo. When the dust settled, what kind of assessment do I need to make so I can spring forward as an Aries? Like wherever Aries is in your birth chart, what kind of assessment do I need to make for myself? Have I been investing so much time in relationships where that gray area does not make any logical sense to me? Like, am I investing so much time in spaces where I don't feel nurtured? It's just confusing to me, and I desire teamwork, but their definition of teamwork is not I feel like I'm wasting time versus investing time. It doesn't matter who it is. That's how you're gonna be making some adjustments. Here we have the Six of Pentacles, and so I see Source moving, whatever it is, some kind of manifestation of something. You're moving towards financial independence. Independent of whoever. Like I said before, Source is making sure some things are coming across your path. Here we have, this is you manifesting. Somebody's learning how to invest in themselves independent of that, but somebody has to go through a rebirth, some kind of rebirth that's happening here, but you're going to have to move on from some things. So that's where I feel like somebody is. I feel like somebody has invested a whole lot of time into something, and you have, like I said before, you do have ancestors, on the other side that's really, really helping somebody through some things. And so somebody went from spending a lot of time, investing a lot of emotion into things, and so that's been cut in half. So you're doing good. You're moving forward, okay? And now you are, let's see what else is going on. Somebody's just learning how to, and this happened to, it's kind of sort of stemming from, like family values of like investing and holding on to, just like this way of like kind of doing things. The more and more you stay in your purpose, your sun sign, the more joyful, the more successful you become. You're not waiting on success. The more and more you feel just successful at just life in general, you just feel like, oh, okay, I feel healthier. I'm investing in my health. That's why when I talk about Pentacles, it's never just about money. You're investing in your health more. You're eating better. You start looking at life like, okay, you don't know how much time you have left here on planet Earth, but now you're going to invest more in your health. You're drinking more water. You're finding healthier ways of existing. You're trying to keep your stress level down, all those things, right? So that's how somebody's learning how to invest more, in themselves. And let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. So you're just hanging in there with yourselves right now, just trying to decide what your next steps are moving forward while you're in hermit mode, right? Going through a molting process and learning how to be more strategic, awakening from nightmares. And oh, did I see a Ten of Cups here? Yeah, and getting ready to be prepared to be around a new type of energy. Yeah, so yeah, just when you look back and realize that there are some people who are stuck, in the past. Here we have the Queen of Wands here. Definitely feel like somebody's just in different spirits. Oops. Yeah. You're learning how to save yourself. Somebody is just in really, really good spirits here. Here we have the Ace of Swords here. So that's where your breakthrough is going to come in. It's just recognizing you're moving through a rite of passage. That's what it really boils down to. And then also the Three of Swords here. So we got 5, 6, and 3, right? So two types of situations in particular, somebody is recognizing it was just a complete nightmare, right? You can look at it right now. Let's say, for instance, you're looking at something outside of your family that is two nightmares. It could have been two exes. It could have been two ex-friends, two ex-love interests. It could have been two siblings that could have been a nightmare for you. Anything, when we talk about the number two, we're talking about peace, right? Anything that could have cut your peace in half, that you felt like your head and heart were at war with each other, and you invested a lot of time in it because you could have felt like it just disrupted your peace in some way, shape, form, or fashion, where it just really felt like you felt powerless. Like, you know, like an ex love interest just cut you off, or or whatever. It's a lot of different examples, right? But source is saying to you, that's what you have a loved one on the other side, someone who is transitioned, was helping you to say, when all the dust settles, one, we don't have control over other human beings. When you're looking for people's acceptance and looking for their approval, you're almost kind of like putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, because here we have, like, be taken advantage of and almost to be demonized in a sense, right? Because you got 666 here. You got 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here, right? To be put in a position where people will try to demonize you in a sense. And Source really wants you and your person coming together. Y'all will have a lot of stories about how you invested in family, and how family members have taken advantage of your generosity and your kindness, and those kind of things. Whoever you and your person coming together are, but at the same time, you're going to start saying all that time and effort that you invested in friendships, sibling, or let me just say family relationships. You're going to say, when you started turning around and investing that time in yourself, you started living a much more fruitful life. That's what I'm saying for you all, Aries. And I'm talking to you not just if your sun sign is Aries, even if your Chiron is Aries, even if you're on the cusp of Taurus, or on the cusp of Pisces. I'm talking to you as well. If your moon, wherever Aries is in your birth chart, I am talking to you. So yeah, that's the direction. Somebody is learning how to invest in themselves and manifesting the life that you know that you deserve. So by the time the Knight of Cups comes around, you're not looking for somebody to come save you. You would have attracted this energy because that's the frequency you're on. You're not attracting somebody, and you all being a pretty independent sign, you don't want somebody to come into your life that's looking at you as their savior, and then vice versa. If y'all know what I'm saying, like, you all are such an independent sign that it's nice to be in a relationship with somebody who is on your frequency, where you have a moment where it's a safe space for you to cry, or like them to hold space, and for you to hold space, and that kind of thing, where it's just feel like it's just like a codependent relationship. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. So I don't see you all demonizing anybody from your past. If anything, it's just more or less like, you know what, that could have been where you were before, but I just see moving forward somebody raising their frequency and saying, you know what, I'm going to have to, balance it out by saying that may have been one of my demons that I was holding on to. You kind of sort of taught to kind of sort of hold on to things, as far as family is concerned, like hold on to this idea of family, and just be kind of sort of stuck this idea of family when everybody doesn't have the same idea of family. Maybe somebody was taught to hold on to that idea, of family, or loyalty, or protection, and, those kind of things. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. So you and whoever coming together, it's like both of y'all are waking up from nightmares. There it is, Two of Pentacles. So this is where you're, like I said, everything is lining up perfectly for you. It's like you and your person coming together. It's like teamwork. It's like teamwork, healthy work-life balance. Here's the Sun card again, right? Here's the Sun card again. Both of y'all are, like I said, are coming together, your own level of success, whatever that means. Very joyful together. You're just putting together a strategy now, right? Of just picking up your swords of power and intellect, right? You're just putting together strategy. Because if you don't take your power back and put together some kind of a strategy to move on, from these two types of energies, which could connect you to a million different things, then you're going to go through life feeling like everybody's deceiving you, and people getting over on you, and people taking advantage of you. You'll go through life, woe is me. Everybody's doing everything to me, and people are going to have their version of how you are with them and all of this other stuff. So I definitely feel like... your wishes are being fulfilled, looking at your cards here, because you're not looking for people's acceptance, anymore. And again, hence we have the 10 of Pentacles again, right? So you're investing in yourself. So whatever this new life that you're building for yourself is now breaking cycles of, like, not trying to hold on to this traditional way of thinking as it relates to loyalty and protection, and having the different conversations, just like not trying to control how people think about whatever their definition of loyalty and family and that kind of thing too. So like I said, we got 6 here, 6 here, 6 here. We got 10 of Pentacles here, 10 of Pentacles here, and now 10 of Pentacles here. And then, so like I said, somebody is investing in a new skill set, that's going to kind of sort of put you on some kind of track, to keep you on, your throne. So adjust your crown. Just adjust your crown, The source is going to speed up things. Source knows. Y'all are so funny, Aries, because y'all be like, oh, I'm so impatient. I just wish you to hurry up and hurry up. Source already knows that source is actually fast tracking somebody, because that's what you all are saying. You all are saying you all are impatient. And here we have the Ace of Cups here. In other words, source is trying to tell you, from some situations that you may have gone through, you're going to realize you're never going to cast your pearls before energies that you feel like they don't appreciate the time and effort, and like however you were raised and what your definition of protection or loyalty or whatever it is. You're not going to overdo it, because after that, it almost, you set yourself up to almost be demonized. Like, okay, oh, what were you really doing it for? You know what I'm saying? It almost makes you look like you had an ulterior motive for investing all of that. Like, so when you ask for something, oh, was that the only reason you were doing it? Because you were looking for something in return, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So I definitely see you moving on from that. Let me see what else we got going on. I definitely see you moving on from that. Yeah. Definitely see you moving on from that. So, 4 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Again, we have the King of Swords, the Strength card, the 5 of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Yeah. 4 of Swords. So somebody is definitely just getting some rest. I mean, somebody's finally saying, I'm just getting some rest. We have the 7 of Swords here again, right? Somebody's definitely developing some kind of a strategy. We got 5 and 4 of Swords, Nightmare again. It's just like I said, somebody could feel like some things are a game of chess. But once, I feel like when I look at the cards here we have the King and the 4 of Swords here. I feel like once somebody decides that, hey, once people it makes it easier when people cut you off, in a sense, because they've moved on from their life. They moved on with their lives. Whatever the situation is, okay, source, you removed them from my life. I don't have to obsess over it. I don't need any answers from them when I can go directly to source. I don't need any answers from them. I can move on with my life, right? Here's the Strength card. So I don't have to have this inability to control the things that I'm passionate about. I need answers. I need to talk. I need to find out. This don't make any sense to me. I'm holding on, because that's, again, times cutting into your health. It's cutting into your generosity. It's cutting into your wealth. It's cutting into your money. It's cutting into your practicality. It's just cutting into any sense of it all, right? And when you can just, like I said, and it just, like I said, source is saying, this is fixed energy. This is fixed energy. This is fixed energy. So source is saying, get from around energies that they keep blowing air on something, like instigating stuff. And every time you're trying to heal something, they keep bringing you right back to something, like it's like energies that's pouring salt on open wounds, and almost, like I could say before, I do see sources saying you're going to start focusing on investing more in yourself, and just like moving on beyond all of that. So good for you. Like I said, I see you investing in yourself. It just, once the dust settles and you start seeing the energies around you and start seeing it as a blessing sitting on your throne and saying, oh, okay, some energies removing themselves from my life. Okay, I can move on from this. It's already taken care of itself. I don't have to talk about it anymore. And I can tell the people, if you want access to me, stop talking about it. Yep. If you want access to me, stop talking about it. That's a done deal. That's a wrap. right? So, because I feel like somebody, people in your family could be talking about somebody's kids, and just it's a lot going on in this spread. Somebody could have 3 or 4 kids, because I'm saying three, 1, 2, 3, and the number 6 is in the shape of a person who is like giving birth to something. Like, so I feel like somebody is like, um, somebody could be talking about somebody's kids. Somebody could be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. It's just, and I could have some family members that's just instigating a bunch of mess going on. So somebody's planning to disrupt your money backfire. So be patient. The answers that you need are coming. More money is coming soon. That's what I'm saying. And part of the money, your ex wants to return, whoever your ex is. But if it's one ex that you think about wanting to return, it could be somebody else. It could be an ex friend. It may not even be an ex love interest, or it could be an ex love interest. So it's just like you don't need to wreck your brain trying to figure out what ex wants to return. It could be an ex sibling or ex family member you haven't talked to in a long time that wants to return. An ex is an ex for a reason. If you want clarity and answers, you want to go directly to source, but prepare for an increase in pay. Somebody never stopped loving you, whoever it was. It's time for you to get booked and busy and not bitter and burdened by something. A guy apologizes for betraying you. It's time for you to get locked in and laser focused. Whoever the guy is, somebody apologizes for betraying you. Yeah. So it's time for you to dance around your home as if no one is watching you. So maybe it was somebody who cheated. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but it don't really matter. It's over. It don't even really matter. If you're going back to the very thing that hurt you, that you prayed to get out of, to look for honesty and clarity and the truth in something, even if a person comes back to you years later and say, I really apologize for hurting you, you've already healed through that. I mean, is it going to really make it better years later if a person says, I mean, I don't know. That's up to you. Like, I feel like looking at your cards here, I feel like somebody's ex may want to come back and apologize to you. If it's a guy, I feel like, because this is a guy, of an ex friend, an ex love interest, maybe somebody's brother or cousin, wants to come back to apologize. But I feel like you're just at a different place, right now. So would the apology mean the same? I mean, remember, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you, right? Maybe they've already transitioned and they're apologizing from the other side, right? Let's say if it was an ex and you're married to somebody, or maybe you're dating somebody, you're in a relationship with your twin flame, and that person is obsessed with getting to you to soothe their own ego. It's so multi-layered. So for some people, for one Aries, they may feel like, I need that apology to go on. For another Aries, they like, okay, I mean, good for them. Maybe they needed to soothe their ego, but I'm in a loving relationship. So it just depends on where you are, on your journey. But I definitely feel like you're moving on, and just like I said, when you see that death card, you can choose to stay on the death side and go through a slow metamorphosis and kind of hold yourself back, or you can say, what, I'm going through a powerful transformation, because this card right here connects us with Pluto, and Pluto is retrograde right now. Retrograde planets don't move backwards, they don't move at a slower pace. But Pluto is a generational planet, and something is generational in terms of family values and what, as far as like holding on to something generationally, like something has come down at least 3 generations as far as like holding on to something, like something maybe holding on to pictures and holding on to kids, and what loyalty and protection means as far as family is concerned. Whereas some kids may feel like they weren't protected and secure in families. Other kids may feel like, okay, well, hey, no matter what happens in families, I got to stay connected. I'm just loyal to family, with family over everything. Where other people may say, forget that. I didn't feel protected. However long I live on planet Earth, I'm going to protect myself. I mean, it's so multi-layered. So Source is saying to you, it is time to... it's time for somebody to create the life for yourself that you know that you deserve for you, and pray for whomever, and let source speed up things for you. Let source speed up your life for you. 11:11, somebody is awakening. There it is. So 11:11, somebody's awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you to succeed and helping you to wake up to who you truly are. That's right. Those right here, these are portals. Like number 11 is a master number, and so source is saying get off the fence of confusion and step through those portals. Step into your own light. Step into who you truly are for you. Create the life that you want for you. Here are the questions for the moon in Virgo, because Virgo is a very analytical sign. This is Virgo's card, the Hermit card. While somebody's in hermit mode, trying to process their thoughts after all the dust has settled, you trying to sift through your mind and memories and how people communicated with you and how you communicated with them. Like somebody is really processing, trying to make a whole lot of things make sense right now. And the key is to get away from energies that's agitating you, right? Energies that are fixated on demonizing, or like, somehow they are a little too excited about your sadness. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting away from those types of energies. The first question is, are you ready to define what you no longer need or want with a practical and objective eye? Second question is, can you define what's yours to fix and what's not in your life? The third question is, do you feel any fear around being fully self-sufficient and independent? The fourth question is, how could you learn more from nature? And then last but not least is, could you share your free time and your energy in a valuable and charitable way, right? Could you share in a valuable and charitable way? When I look at all these money cards here, remember Pentacles, let me be crystal clear. When I see Pentacles, it's not just money, it's not just wealth, it's home, it's generosity, it's all that. Imagine being around all of these energies and still not feeling safe. You know how sometimes people come from really big families and they still don't feel safe, they don't feel seen, they don't feel heard. And some people, like think about some of your relatives that move far away from everybody because they feel like, okay, well, I was invisible in the family anyway, so hey, what they gonna miss me? They're not gonna miss me anyway until they're gone. Oh my God, so and so moved, a whole continent away from everybody. Let's go visit so and so, right? So source is saying to you, somebody is learning how, just like even in your whole dating life, something could have, like something kicked off a series of events for somebody to finally sit down and say, okay, I need to start going back in my mind and just remembering some stuff. That's what I'm saying for you in your cards, right? And so it's never just about money. You're learning how to invest in yourself. You're just awakening from a lot of things, and awakening to how you're creating the life for yourself, and also inspiring other people to live for themselves as well. So it's all positive, really, when you sit down and really think about it. It's all positive. Here we have kindness. I am full of loving kindness. I am full of goodwill to those around me. I am surrounded by warmth. I embrace all wholehearted kindness. I am grateful for generosity shared by others. My smile can make someone's day. I allow the kindness in my heart to run free. Yep, I write the kindness in my heart to run free. Yep. So a lot of times with all of this pentacles down here, a lot of times you can, like, it can be kind of, a lot of things can be missing in who you are in large families. A lot of times people don't know who their siblings are in large families. A lot of nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles don't get a chance to see who people are in large families because there's so many people. All you can rely on is what you're hearing, the stories that's passed down through the lens of other people. And so it's the same thing about, with just love interest and all that other stuff. So Source is just trying to teach you is that you're only responsible for the life you're creating for yourself. People are going to hear stuff through the grapevine anyway. That's why all this air right here, all this air is going to. So I definitely feel like somebody is changing the air. Somebody is changing the conversation, first during the mirror work. That's what I'm seeing for you. That is what I have for you. I hope the questions have helped you. This video is for the 17th of May through the 17th of June. Let's get prepared for this full moon on May 23rd, which is the blossoming and blooming of you. The rose-colored glasses came off last cycle. And this is where you start looking as like at your own future, your horizon. Somebody's going to feel abundantly blessed when you have some time to really sit down and think about all the things that you've done, the work that you put in to do the mirror work, to sit down and go in hermit mode and think about how strong you are, and how you start to, how you start learning how to invest in yourself and push through a whole lot of like, think about like the family, the idea of what family means to you, whether it's your family, somebody else's family, whoever, and your whole idea is like somebody is like learning how to hit a reset button and redefine it for yourself. But that's what I have for you, and things are going to speed up for somebody in terms of just like moving forward. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. And like I said, you and somebody are building a very rich legacy together. Somebody is really sitting down thinking about, moving forward. You're not looking for somebody to save you. They're not looking for you to save them. But together, you all are going to make a very powerful team together. That's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.